Okay.
When business slowed, Hank asked co-pilot himself how to help bring back the $1 slice. Suddenly, Hank says, "You gotta try this place," kind of thing. Hank makes the pizza, co-pilot handles the spreadsheets.
Hey everybody, Backpack Hack here coming at you with another trail tip about NOAA weather radios. Now I'm not talking about NOAA as in the biblical sense for the ark. I'm talking about NOAA as an NOAA, the National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration. Many of you probably know this, but if you didn't, the U.S. government has a series of radio stations scattered all over the U.S. and its territories that broadcast nothing but weather, what they call all hazards information. And usually when you tune into this, you get the local weather. There are 7 different stations, and I'll list them up here. There are 7 different frequencies, I should say. And they are scattered all across the country. Most states have a couple, about a dozen radio stations or so. Some have more, some have less, depending on where it goes to the state. And when you tune one in, you basically get the weather. Now, if you don't have a radio that can pick up this weather band, you might want to consider getting one. I don't have one here because I didn't bring it with me, but they also have desktop models that can sit on your desk or your kitchen counter or what have you. But these are the radios that I have that will pick up this weather band. And I'm just going to turn this one on so you can hear what it sounds like.
Tuesday, sunny, breezy. High in the upper 60s. South winds 5 to 10 miles an hour with gusts to around 20 miles an hour, increasing to 10 to 20 miles an hour with gusts to around 30 miles an hour in the afternoon.
So you can tell right there that that would be a valuable piece of information. It said Tuesday because today is Monday, so there immediately I'm getting tomorrow's forecast. Now they don't just do the weather. They'll give you the current conditions, they'll give you the short-term forecast, they'll give you the long-term forecast. And it's not just weather like rain, snow, and fog, but they'll also give you natural disasters, hurricanes, tornadoes, tsunamis, man-made disasters such as thermal spills, things like that. They also are participating in Amber Alerts, and some places will let you even know if there's problems with 911 service. Some contractor got a little while digging and pulled out the fiber optic line, and now 911 service is out for your area. They will let you know that. Now, it's not like the traditional radio service to where AM, FM, you turn it on, you gotta listen to the national news, you gotta listen to the local news, you gotta listen to the sports, go through all the advertising. There is no advertising on these, that's the nice thing about it. But you have the weather, and you can concentrate on that. If you listen to some talk radio show and you're waiting for the weather, you kind of start tuning it out sometimes, and the next thing you know, given the weather, you just weren't paying attention. This is all weather. They give you the current conditions, the immediate forecast, the extended forecast. They will give you the local forecast for nearby areas, places that are 20, 30, 40 miles away from you. So if you are hiking or traveling, you can get in on that weather forecast for another location that you're going to be at later in the day. I think this is a very great idea. It's one of those things that the government has gotten right. And if you're wondering, NOAA is not part of the Department of Interior, which manages the parks and everything. They are actually, I think, a division of the Department of Commerce because they understand how weather affects our commerce. I think that's where it originated from.
Wednesday evening, there will be a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Periods of showers and scattered thunderstorms are expected Thursday into Friday morning.
So if you don't have a radio that picks one of these up, I strongly urge you to get one. This is one of the things that the government actually has gotten right, and they do a very good job of it. I can remember when it was actually recorded human voice. They're synthesized now. And it kind of hurt me because it just seems artificial, but still the data is there. It's not there to entertain you, it's to give you the information that you need to make decisions about what you're going to be doing. So if you've got an old AM, FM radio sitting around thinking that will suffice for your bug-up bag, your get-home bag, or your emergency or prep or camping gear, you might want to consider upgrading to some sort of radio that will pick up these weather bands. It is definitely worth the money spending on a radio for whatever reason to be able to pick these up. And I'm surprised that the auto industry has not picked up on this and made it a standard issue in vehicles. I just don't understand why they haven't done that. So the big three, if you're listening, there's an idea for you for free. Again, National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, weather band radios, definitely worth the money. Look into it. This is Backpack Hack. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share the video. Be safe out there, and I'll see you.
Take it away, mister.
Give us some lights. Let there be lights.
Oh, God, great.
Guys, so today, I'm here to talk about NOAA weather radio. So, before I can start out, I'm sure some of y'all, like, how many of y'all remember these from last time? A while back I did these, so, as you can see, I brought 10 of these this time to show. So, before I show, I'm going to read this paper I wrote. So, it says, I wrote this NOAA weather radio, which is the National Weather Service. SAM stands for Special Area Message Coding. FWO stands for Weather Forecast Office. There are over 122 offices in the U.S. which sound in a loud warning tone just to get your attention. And Texas has 13 offices more than any other state, 254 counties wide. Kentucky has 3 offices, such as one in Jackson, one in Louisville, one in Paducah. Even some offices can broadcast in other counties and parishes in other states. There are other countries that have NOAA weather radio, such as Canada, Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, Guam, American Samoa, Northern Mariana Islands, broadcast 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The antenna is to send electromagnetic waves sent through the air. NOAA weather radio was first established in late 1951, November 1st. National Weather Service was first established February 9th, 1870. Every weekly test, every Wednesdays, the National Weather Service conducts the weekly test between 11 a.m. and noon. However, sometimes there's severe weather that occurs. The test is postponed to the next good weather day, like Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, but some offices do the test twice a day, like the National Weather Service in Mobile, Alabama does the test on Wednesday between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Even in Birmingham, it does the test on Wednesday, 11 a.m. and noon, and Saturday, 11 a.m. Central Daylight Time, just like in Louisville, the Tuesday, 6 p.m. EST, and Wednesday, 11 a.m. and noon EST. A NOAA weather radio keeps you safe from severe weather, kind of like a fire alarm warns you of a fire, plus a police alarm warns you of an intruder, carbon monoxide warns you. Carbon monoxide, they're like indoor tornado sirens. Early warning is your best protection, and of course, 7 frequencies, total of 7. 1, 162.400, 2, 162.425, 3, 162.450, 4, 162.475, 5, 162.500, 6, 162.525, and 7, 162.550. And you got kinds like desktop, handheld, and crankable, and all kinds of, such as Zone Guard, Midland, Radio Shack, Eton, and more. But all these come from the National Weather Service. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate the sirens just real quick. So I'll put my hand over. So
He's going to put something loud.
test them out. More. Now, listen. See, this was not that loud. It's annoying. Alert.
Sounds like a lottery.
This one, now this one I can't test because it won't let me, but it'll go. If it was alert, it'll go. Ew. This one's solar power. Test this one. And This one's a little louder. Two more. And
Good, and I know her, baby.
alright, here's one more. Watch this. So
And I know her, baby.
see, this is a newer model. This one I can turn the alert low, medium, or high. It's loud. I got a strobe, kind of like a fire alarm light that flashes. So, and then here's the voice.
Lincoln, Marion, Metcalf,
See?
Russell.
It's a referred computer voice. So, like I said, these are, I love listening to these. I keep this one and this one in my bedroom while the other ones are in the other room, but these are required to go off when there's severe weather, just like weekly tests. So, yeah, some of them are cranked like, this one's crankable, which some of them are also FM radios, which, see? This one's FM, this one's FM, this one's FM, this one's FM, and this one's FM. So, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 are desktop. These are crankable. So is this one. And these are also solar powered. Bright light. And this is a handheld one. It's got a charger. Even this one. This one's crankable. These two are solar powered, crankable. Even light. So, but yeah, these are very good to have when you severe weather. But yeah, so like I said, and just sit down and answer questions. And remember, every Wednesday, remember the National Weather Service, they do the weekly test unless it's severe weather. Like if there was like a thunderstorm, a tornado, a flash flood, they have to postpone it, which means they have to wait till Thursday or Friday or Saturday. Now, you know how we have 3. Kentucky's got 3 of them. We got one in Jackson, one in Louisville, and one in Paducah now. Do any of y'all know which ones we get our alerts from? Very good. That's right. And sometimes I get alerts from Louisville, too. And don't forget, all counties they can broadcast in other counties and other states, too, in other parishes. So, anyway, now, just like last time, anybody got questions? Yeah.
Have you had them all go off one time?
Yeah, I remember the time when we had that tornado, and my dad was not happy because they were all going off, and I wasn't home. But I have to be prepared. Sometimes when I'm gone, I keep them turned off. Some of them turned off so they won't go off. But basically, I do love them. I keep a couple in my room that I always, everywhere I go, I take a weather radio with me. When I go places, like if I go on vacation, we weather aware. Yeah, that's what I like to do. Yeah, Marcus.
Where did your interest or love for weather radios come from?
Huh?
What sparked your interest or your passion for weather radios?
Well, when I was little, when I first listened, when I was little, a long time ago, when I was little, we used to have one called this voice. So this voice, his name's Paul. He's a new computer voice because about 10 years ago, the National Weather Service all over the U.S. they upgraded it from there was an old voice that used to have this old Paul named Tom and Don, and every time there was an alert, this guy would go, stand by for important weather information. I mean, and it would have this late, and I would go, the National Weather Service in Jackson, Kentucky has issued a tornado warning or thunderstorm or flash flood, whatever the alert was, but it was just for that. That's how, and I saw them on YouTube too, and I just liked them, and that's how I just got into them. But pretty much that's how I got into them. I liked them. Anybody else have got any other questions? Anybody else have any other questions? Mark, you're going to throw one. You? Yeah, Mark.
Does having one or being able to be informed about the weather help with your like anxiety?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
So it's kind of a coping skill in a way.
Yeah. And yeah, speaking of, I'd like to mention these antennas are to send better radio signal, like radio magnet frequencies, miles away through air. Because remember, these aren't just for severe weather. Like not just for severe weather and weekly tests. Like they can also be for Amber Alerts, 911 things, threats, even like even for a dam too. If it broke, it can be for a dam. It can be for chemicals, 911s, volcanoes, earthquakes, all kind of stuff, and other things. Even high winds, not just. But basically, you got 3 things such as a warning, a watch, and advisory. So a watch means it could happen, to be on the lookout. A warning means that it's going to happen to get prepared. And then an advisory is kind of like a warning, but they still have to take it very serious. But I love all these weather radios, but I never get tired of listening to them. Everywhere I go, I take them with me to be weather aware. Now, do y'all have any other questions?
Which one's your favorite?
All of them.
You like all of them? You don't have a favorite out of all of them?
Basically Midland.
Which one's that?
Well, this one's a Midland. This one's a Midland. This one's a Midland. Midland.
Okay, which one's your favorite?
Midland.
Favorite?
Well, I'd probably say I just have to go with this one
Okay.
because this is a newer model. But I got tons. I got like 36, but I couldn't bring all of them because I didn't want to.
You have 36?
That'd be too hard. But
When did you get your first one?
well, it was a long time ago. Hang on, I'll get you the time. It was a long time ago when I was little. It was a Radio Shack model, like a handheld one. It didn't have an alarm on it. But see how they're turned off? If some of my weather radios, like this one, some of them have different alarm tones. Like the warning will go like, or the watch will go like, and the advisor's like, but yeah, they all. Sometimes they go off the air, which say listenable weather radios temporarily off the air. Please tune for information or visit Walking Broadcast for the latest weather information. What was your question, Donnie?
If there was a tornado coming through and you could only grab one right now, which one would you grab?
Probably this one.
Okay.
So you grab one of those instead of one of your crank ones?
Or I can get my crankable ones, maybe this one or.
Because what if the tornado comes through and like got electric, would you be able to use that one?
Yeah, they got batteries in it, battery backup. Every once in a while I have to change the batteries in. Like this is like a strobe, like a light, kind of like a fire light that I can hook it up and it flashes when it goes off. But that's that. Yes, Curtis.
Cool radios you got there.
Thank you.
You know,
Yes, and
Do you like the radios more than you like roller coasters, or do you like roller coasters?
I like them both.
You like them
Pretty much the
both?
same.
You don't
Yeah.
have a favorite? You don't have a favorite? No?
Yeah, right.
If someone wanted to get one of these radios, how would they get it? How expensive would it be?
Can you say that again?
If someone wanted to get one of these radios, where do you get it? And
Well-
how much would it be?
Some of them I got from Walmart. Some of them I ordered from Amazon. And some of them, they got them at Kroger, Walmart, Walgreens, sometimes Dunham, sometimes Bass Pro Shop or Amazon, or got some of them from eBay. And a couple of them I got from somebody, but. yes,
What's like a starting, like how, the cost of one starting out, like for a starter one?
I don't know, probably like $10.99 or $20.99 or $30 or $40. I'm not sure, something like that. But I plan to get more someday, just certain ones I like. But yeah, these are But these are basically like indoor tornado sirens to get your attention. Even if they're turned off right now, if there's an alert, they'll automatically go off to warn you. But
Oh, so if we got an alert right now, all of them would go off.
yeah, but I have them on display so the alert won't go off. See?
Oh, okay.
But yeah, but these are basically, you got batteries in the back, which is a battery backup in case the power goes out, and you can plug the alert in, and you can even plug in a strobe light, a shaker that vibrates, and yeah, but these are pretty much weather radios out. I keep downstairs in my room, in my Valley Weather Aware. But that's what I do like about weather radios. Remember, they, like I said, you got 7 frequencies that broadcast. Remember, I said you got, for example, you got, so if you're, some counties and states have different ones. So like, for example, channel 1, 162.400. You got channel 2, 162.525. Channel 3, 162.450. Channel 4, 162.475. Channel 5, 162.500. Channel 6, 162.525. And Channel 7, 162.550. But you can, so there's 7 frequencies. Sometimes they're in different, you have different ones and different ones. Yeah. Huh?
Yeah,
Well-
Jacoby, you got 2 questions on
Yes,
there.
I'm sorry. What? It's Roger.
There you go, Tom.
So, is the crankable ones, like, if you crank it, it charges it?
Yeah, but the best thing, you still want to have a charger for it. Kind of hard to, because it's kind of hard to crank sometimes, but that's
Are they
that.
hard to find?
Hard to, well, not hard to find, it's hard to crank sometimes because you get one the battery goes out, the charger charges it quicker.
How much are they usually for the solar power / crankable ones?
It depends. If they're on sale, sometimes they're $20, $30, $40, something like that, or maybe up to 80 or 90, almost 99. Yes.
Have you ever, got looking at that ones going off?
Bunch of times. Sometimes when I hear that,
You get mad?
no, not really. I just get a little nervous hoping they'll go off when sometimes I put them on display so they all won't go off. But
But do you always keep one on?
yeah,
Just in case?
yes, Colton.
Is that black one on the far left a standard too? Is that black one on the, now up in front of me?
This,
Yeah, that one looks like a standard.
it's not a scanner. I don't have a scanner yet. I may get me one someday, but I don't have scanners yet.
Standards have weather radio functions as well.
Yeah.
Go to your walkie-talkies.
Yeah, and they do make rhythm walkie-talkies too. I got to get me some rhythm walkie-talkies. But before I go, I forgot to mention, but did you know that you can also download an app on your phone? You can listen to you download NOAA Weather Radio on your app, like on your phone on the app, and then you can listen to it for different like there's an app called NOAA Weather Radio you download, and you can go online. And then you can listen to it online for severe weather too. But yeah, sometimes they're off the air, sometimes they don't work for different ones. But oh, one more thing I forgot to mention. You remember the weekly test they do? Sometimes when they do the weekly test, like in some parts of the state, it'll be a real person say this is a test of the National Weather Service office in Jackson, Kentucky. Like for Jackson, it's a real person, either a man or a lady that does it when they do the test. In some states, they do the test, it's just a computer voice. But like I said, sometimes if it's bad weather, they have to postpone until the next good weather day. But, oh, Colton.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about, what's the monthly test for?
The monthly test?
For the weather radio?
I'm pretty sure that's to verify that they're working.
Yeah.
Same reason they would test the tornado sirens every
Yeah.
now and
Can't
then.
hear tornado sirens.
To verify that they're working properly when they're actually needed.
Well, that's the same. But, yeah, these are like indoor tornado sirens. Well, you guys have any other questions? Before I'm done,
Good job,
anybody?
Jacoby.
Hold on, hang on a minute. Does anybody have any other questions? Because there's one thing I gotta tell you.
Well, Donnie has something to tell you.
What?
too.
ahead and tell them one thing and then Brady wants you.
So listen, I'm gonna put back in here. If you wanna listen to them, you can, but please be careful. Don't break them. Just hit.
Don't bend the antennas.
Don't be the antennas. Don't mess with the batteries. Just hit the weather snooze and turn them on or off. And just, if something goes wrong, just let me know, all right? But just be careful with them. But I really don't want them to break because they're special. But
She'd be really upset if something happened to it.
unless it's an accident. But like I said, hope to do this again someday, maybe. But anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this and thank y'all. I love weather it is. Thank you. Where can I put my camera? Thank y'all. All right. So I do everything on this. Thank you. Oh.
Please open the lights. I get headaches from flashing lights.
Alright. So I just did weather radios on these. So how many of y'all from last time remember these?
First time.
First, I'm sure some of y'all don't remember these, but last time I was here, I did talk about weather radios. So I just did class of air, so I got to do another class of air. So before we get started, I'm going to read this paper. So it says, NOAA Weather Radio, National Weather Service, SAME stands for Special Area Message Encoding. UFO stands for Weather Forecast Office. There are over 122 offices all over the U.S. 122 offices all over the U.S. Texas has 13 offices, more than any other state, 254 counties, while Kentucky has 3 offices, such as Jackson, Louisville, and Paducah. Now, do y'all know where we get our alerts from?
Isn't it from Tennessee?
Jackson. Yeah, very good. Jackson. We get ours from Jackson. Sometimes I get alerts from Louisville. But did you know even some offices can broadcast in other counties or parishes in other states? There are other countries that have NOAA weather radios, such as Canada, Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, Guam, America, Samoa, Northern Marine Islands, broadcast 24/7. The antennas is to send electromagnetic waves through the air. NOAA weather radio was first established in the late 1951, November 1st. The National Weather Service, the first ESTs, February 9th, 1870. Weekly tests every Wednesday. The National Weather Service conducts a weekly test between 11 a.m. and noon. However, sometimes there's severe weather that occurs. The test is postponed to the next big weather day, like Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. And Sunday. Do the test twice, but some offices do the test twice a day. Like the National Weather Service in Mobile, Alabama does a test on Wednesdays between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Even in Birmingham, it does a test on Wednesday, 11 a.m. and noon, and Saturday, 11 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Just like in Louisville, Tuesday, 6 p.m. EST, and Wednesday, 11 a.m. 12 p.m. EST. A NOAA weather radio keeps you safe from severe weather, kind of like a fire alarm warns you of fire, / a police alarm warns you of an intruder, and carbon monoxide warns you of carbon monoxide. They're like indoor tornado sirens. Early warning is your best protection. And then there's something such as Zone Guard, Midlands. You got Midland, Radio Shack, Zone Guard, EST, and much more. So, I'm going to show you something. You got 7 frequencies of channel, such as channel 1 is 162.400, channel 2, 162.425, channel 3, 162.450, channel 4, 162.475, channel 5, 162.500, channel 6, 162.525, and channel 7, 162.550. 7 channels. See, I can turn the turn the load up. So, I'll demonstrate all the signs real quick. Let you. Is that one? Oh, very good, Chico. Thank you. I'm trying to make this okay. This one's a little louder. That's a weird one. And then you got. And then you got this one. That's just. And you got this one. What else? And you got this one. And then there's one. You got this one. So, yeah. So, yeah, but these are good weather radios, and some of them are FM, which means they can FM AM, which, such as this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. So, I'll show you one real quick. So, say FM, say FM AM, and these are, so these 5 here are desktop, while these are crankable with lights, and these are solar powered. And now this one, now I can't test the load on this one because it won't do it, but this one and this one are solar powered and crankable, and these are handheld. This one sits in the charger, but these are good to have for event of severe weather like tornadoes, thunderstorms, flash flood warnings, high winds, watches, and other stuff, even snowstorms. These can also be like for 911, Amber Alerts, even for dam warnings too, or threats and other stuff. But these go 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And the antennas are to send better radio frequencies. But yeah, like I said, every Wednesday they do the weekly test unless it's severe weather. But before, anybody have any questions? Yes, Larry.
How many radios do you have?
Question.
Excuse you. Well, I have probably like 36, but I just thought I'd bring 10 in. I was gonna bring only 6. I was like, I'll just bring 10. I can't bring them all because that'd be too much. But
Did all of them go off that loud whenever the tornado hit your dad?
some of them, my dad wasn't happy. He just had to take the battery out of them. But basically, this one's a newer model because I have another model that has a louder, but this is the newer model where I can turn the volume down, make it lower. But and remember, this is a little strobe light, but I didn't want to plug it in because I didn't want to give y'all Caesar or anything. But yeah, some of them were going off, not all of them, just most of them. I couldn't do anything until my dad just took batteries out of it. But how's that? But I love them. I keep this one and this one in my bedroom to. Sometimes I put them on display so they won't go off all night if there's bad weather when I'm gone. But everywhere I go, I always take these things with me. Some of them, I take a couple with me, wherever I go.
So which ones do you usually take?
Well, it depends. Sometimes I always take this little one, and I have another one like this that's just smaller or I'll take another one like these that are smaller, but I'll take the old ones that are old loud, basically my favorites, the company is Midland, because this is a Midland, this one's Midland, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. This one's a retake, and some of them are Radio Shack and Zone Guard and other ones, but yeah. But it just depends on which ones I feel, and I choose sometimes I take a certain one. Yeah.
Where do you get the radios at?
Well, some of them I got from Amazon, or a couple of them I got from eBay. I can get them at Walmart, Kroger, Walgreens, or Bass Pro Shop, or sometimes Dunham's, just wherever they have them. Basically, sometimes they're on sale, sometimes they'll be like $9.99 or $29.99 or $40, or sometimes they're almost like $100, just depends. But this one somebody gave me because they didn't want it anymore, but pretty much that. And you know, the weekly test, it's like in Jackson, when they do the test, it'll be a real person. They'll say, this is a test of the National Weather Service office in Jackson, Kentucky. Sometimes it'll be a man or a lady. In some other places, it'll just be a computer voice say, this is a test of the National Weather Service. But long time ago, about 10 years ago, they upgraded the voice, which this guy, like, his name's Paul. I don't really like his voice because I used to have one called Old Paul and Old Donna and Old Tom, which every time there was alert with the Old Paul would go, stand by for weather information. And you hear the Donna go, the National Weather Service in Jackson, Kentucky has issued a tornado warning or thunderstorm or flash flood, whatever the alert was. But yeah, I like the old voices better on these. But this is how I got the weather radios when I was little. Because first time my mom got me was a tiny little handheld Radio Shack. And another reason I got it was from YouTube videos too. That's how I got into it.
I'm here to EAS, what I live in Jackson, in my house too.
EAS. It's called EAS. It's emergency.
Oh, the EAS.
EAS, Emergency Alert System.
I know, I listen to my radio of it.
Yeah. But these can be for amber alerts, chemical spills, and other things too. Now, does anybody have any other questions? Anybody got any other questions?
You talked about the different frequencies.
Yeah.
How do they know which one and how do they decide? What
7 frequencies. Remember, first one's 162.400, then 162.425, 162.450, 162.475, 162.500, 162.525, and last one's 162.550.
So the one here, is it always on the same frequency?
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes if you're in other counties, they change different frequencies. Or sometimes you have to change to a different frequency. Sometimes they'll go, it's out there to go, this NOAA weather radio station is temporary out there. Like, please tune to an ultimate broadcaster. Visit weather.com for the latest severe weather information. But different frequencies can go. But these antennas are to send like frequency magnet waves miles away. Yeah, but they broadcast 24/7. Any other questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
It's not about the radio so much, but
What?
I never thought about, you were talking about Jackson being our source.
Yes.
Is there other places like that in Kentucky that covers like northern Kentucky?
Well, like Jackson broadcasts, near Hazard broadcasts a couple counties in Virginia and West Virginia, and then the one in Louisville broadcasts a couple counties in Indiana, and then there's one in Paducah that broadcasts counties like Illinois and Missouri, and there's even one in Wilmington, Ohio that can broadcast in northern Kentucky and Indiana. And even one like in Tennessee, it can broadcast a couple counties in Alabama. But like I said, some offices can broadcast counties in other states, even Alaska and Hawaii, and DC has them, and Canada has them.
Let me ask you one more question.
Yes.
So what's the radius on one of those, like the weather, like Jackson? Is there a certain radius that they can only? Okay.
Sometimes, just depends on. I always thought at first I got mine from Louisville, because sometimes I receive alerts from Louisville, but I basically get them from Jackson.
Yeah.
But if I go somewhere, if I'm in another county or another state, they can still work. They'll just change to a different radio station. But yeah, that's what they're for. Like I love these, and I never get tired of listening to them. But sometimes when I go places, I have to take them with me to be weather aware. But they, like I said, Texas has the most offices than any other state. But there's 122 all over the U.S. All right. Anybody have any other questions? I got one more thing. So I'll go put it back in the art room. want to listen to them, feel free to, but please don't bend the antennas, please don't mess with batteries, just be careful. But if they actually break, just let me know, but just be careful with them, okay? All right. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Good job, Dakota.
Weather Radio.